This is Car Con Carne. I'm James Van Oslo. Car Con Carne presented by Alex Ross Art.
Hi, this is Alex Ross. I appreciate you guys supporting our YouTube, and we create new content every week. I hope you will continue to support us, and please subscribe.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Oslo.
So if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably a pretty big music fan. And Chicago's just one of those cities where you can go to a concert pretty much every night. You can probably go to 2 or 3 concerts every night if you're feeling really ambitious. When you're in a world-class music city, there's so much going on, so much happening, it can kind of get overwhelming, and you need a guide. That's where In the Loop magazine comes in. They cover everything from up-and-coming club acts to the big stadium megasaurs that play there. In the Loop magazine is your one-stop shop for music coverage all over Chicago, and In the Loop loves music just as much as you do, just as much as I do. And when it comes to live music in Chicago, believe me, they've got you covered with show recaps, tour previews, interviews, photo galleries, a lot more. Check them out at beintheloopchicago.com. That's beintheloopchicago.com. We're recording. Now we're recording.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I love it. Say hi, John. It is tight.
It's a
You
little
can
tight.
move back a little bit if you want to move back.
Oh, no, this is cozy.
This is perfect. Tim, I'm going to want you to... Oh, yeah, stay in the center, Tim. I don't want to lose you here.
Hold on. I'm good. It's tight.
There we go. It looks like you have a halo over you, which the irony is rich.
So angelic.
So angelic.
All right, I need you to talk directly on that microphone. Try not to look at me when you talk.
I will not.
Otherwise, I will lose you, and I don't want to lose you.
Take all this off now,
Wait,
No, don't take it off
wait.
yet.
There's a person under there. No,
yeah.
leave the mask off. It'll sound better on the microphone if the mask is off.
Yeah.
Wait, it's a real human being.
Really?
That doesn't mean he's not undead. It's just a real human being. All right, so we are recording. I'm James Van Oslo. I am at truly one of my favorite places to go, if not my favorite place to go every year, HellsGate Haunted House in Lockport. In the back seat, a returning guest, a longtime dear friend, Tim Virgin. You can hear him afternoons on 94.7 WLS.
Oh, look at that intro, James.
It's like I've done this before. To my right, this horrifyingly scary gentleman is the man behind HellsGate. Is John LaFlamboy? Did I say it correctly?
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
I have Tim understands this. I have nagging fears of mispronouncing names.
Yeah. Oh.
That's the kind of stuff they
Especially what we do. You never live it down.
you never live it down, and you obsess over it. So good. All right. John, before recording this, we're right outside HellsGate. We're right by the main entrance. Before recording this, we went through the haunt. Like I said, one of my favorite things to do every year. Tim and I intentionally didn't talk about it until you got in the car. There's so much to discuss.
I was telling him, shut up, don't talk. We got to wait till John's in the car because the reaction is, it's just so unbelievable how good it is.
So real quick, points of business, hellsgate.com, Fear HellsGate on Instagram, HellsGate Haunted House on Facebook. Open Thursday through Sunday until the 22nd of October, and then Wednesday the 25th through the 29th, and then Wednesday through Sunday from the 25th through the 29th, then Halloween, November 3rd and 4th. Bottom line, if you want to get your dates straight and get your tickets, hellsgate.com.
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy, hellsgate.com. Okay, I have questions to ask you about the haunt, about the business, but first I want to get into those gut reactions. Tim Virgin, longtime friend, radio superstar Tim Virgin. What was your gut impression as we walked through there?
I'm going to tell you right now, James and I, John, when we were sitting, got back into the car and I sat down and I said, James, do you remember when we would go to haunted houses when we were little kids? And he's like, yep. And he goes, next level. I go, no, next universe. Yeah. It is, and I think, because John, you walked through with us, there was a point, James, and like we were walking through, I'm like, Disney cannot do this. How amazing.
Disney should not do this.
They should not.
Agreed.
But you know what I'm saying? The level of unbelievable, without giving anything away, is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. And what I love so many things about this. So you enter through the graveyard, and it's that in itself is its own attraction. If we had found out that we were finished at the end of that, I would have thought,
I would have been fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was worth it.
Yeah, James kept saying to me when we were walking, he goes, this is just the beginning, Tim. This is just the beginning. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, are you kidding? Like, we walked like, it's crazy.
Yeah, we got our steps in going.
Yeah,
through
we got
that.
our steps in.
Yeah,
And
I love when customers or audience members get to the gates. They're finished with the trail. They're finished with the graveyard. And they go, oh, thank God it's over. And then there's that one actor going, oh, hon, it just started.
You still have the actual haunted house to go through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It takes 12 to 15 minutes navigating through the woods just to find the mansion sitting on top of the hill. So, yeah, we really pride ourselves on the fact that this is an adventure. You know, it's not just a haunted house. It is a physical adventure that you have to go through.
It is like walking through a movie. What I love about HellsGate is it is this transporting, immersive experience. Like I felt like we were in there forever, and I mean that in the best possible way. Like
Yeah,
it was a long,
1000%.
It was a long journey. I felt like I was somewhere else. Like everything I that bugs me in real life, in the real world, not even relevant. Like it's this fully immersive, kind of joyful experience. Yeah, you're getting scared, but I find tremendous joy. Maybe that says something about the way I'm wired, but it's joyful to me to walk through that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what we're trying to go for here too. You know, we know and we study the science of scare, right? And the same part of your brain that is activated when you're happy and you're laughing at like a comedy, you know, or you're going to a stand-up club. The same exact part is activated when you're screaming and running from zombies at a haunted house. Of course, it's a little different when it's real fear, but this is that kind of, you know, safe fear.
It's safe fear, and I swear it is like I bought into every scene we walked into. Like
right on.
It just
Thank you.
I know you change things up every year.
Yep.
So there were things I experienced this time around that I hadn't experienced before at HellsGate. There's some like classics, we'll say, that
Sure.
at the beginning of our journey in the haunted house, that's kind of
The front room with the twins is kind of like,
I
that'll always
wanted
be
to talk
that
about
way.
that.
I'll always be like layering in little extra things in the room, but that is a staple. It's
that's your free
foundation.
bird. You got to play that every night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our storytelling part. You know,
Yes.
it's where we really share the story with the audience.
So how much do you change the experience year to year? Like how much tweaking do you do? Because in theory, you could just leave it be every year, have it be the same thing, and people will keep coming back.
Oh God, that sounds horrific to me. No, the joy here is creating this stuff, right? So I change about 25 to 30% every single year. Even if a room works, you know, we kill our babies here because we want to push
I saw
the
all
line.
of them, by the way.
We want to push the line forward. So we're always trying to challenge ourselves. You know, what can we do to push that line forward? How can we innovate? You know, how can we create something that our audience has never seen before? So that's the challenge. You know, so this year, the entire beginning of the trail is brand new. You know, that whole pumpkin shoot area you guys went through. The cabin in the middle of the woods.
Love the cabin.
Brand
Yes.
new. The entire walk through the graveyard, really, we retooled, reshaped, carved new pathways into the forest because it's real scary to go through the forest at night. So we've really kind of leaned into that this year. So a lot of new
Yeah,
stuff.
lots of
outside.
dark areas in the forest.
Oh, yeah. And you know, the human brain does not want to go into the woods at night because things eat you in the woods at night.
Yes.
So it's literally in our coding to not do what I'm asking you to do here every night as an audience member.
And this couldn't have been a better night. It's like 50 degrees, kind of drizzly. It's a cool, crisp fall. Like this was the perfect haunted house.
This is haunted house weather.
This
It's
is
unbelievable.
totally.
And it helps set the background.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially through the woods.
Well, and you got that cold wind blowing,
Yeah.
the leaves are blowing.
Yeah.
We've got all the little campfire bonfires around for people to kind of nuzzle up with their drink and, you know, talk about what they just went through. It's and that's what, you know, the weather has blessed us tonight because, let's face it, Chicagoans don't want to do fall things when it's 85 degrees outside.
Yeah,
Absolutely
no, not
not.
at all.
So
Not at all.
This is great for us because we want to be that fall Halloween destination, and you know the weather's cooperated, so we're real happy about that.
And it's like you put up this miniature city in the middle of the woods in Lockport. Like it's this fully realized thing, from the mansion to the walkthrough to the experience after the fact. You've got a horror fair going on outside when you walk out walk out through the gift shop.
Oh, I love in the places where you can take pictures for social media.
I was going to say, like,
with the twins,
Right?
which was amazing. Like that was the first thing you saw, James. Is like that's an amazing experience, and to brand it.
It's an amazing thing. These Instagrammable moments that were put up, in this concourse area, and they're just go there, take a picture. You're not charging people to do it.
No. We want you to share the experience.
Yes.
You know, the entire Monster
That's how
Midway-
marketing works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And we believe in our show. So we know no billboard, no radio commercial.
No podcast.
Nothing can do what our audience can do when they share their experience with their friends. And that really is how we've made all the hay out here, is we try to always kind of push for that excellent show, and then the audience will take care of us. They will tell their friends to come. And that Monster Midway, you know, I'm a theater kid at heart. You know, I grew up doing theater. I'm an ensemble member at the Artistic Home in Chicago. And I believe in the cathartic final act of a play. And the final act is always at the bar next door, where everyone gathers with a drink and they talk about the shared experience that they just had. And a lot of haunted houses are just like this 11 minutes through a small building, rushed into a parking lot, and you leave and you're always like, what do I do now? And I want to tell you what you do now. You know, sit by the fire, have a drink, take some
truly make a
pictures
night
of
of it.
monsters, play some games, but most importantly, share, talk to each other. This is about having shared experiences. This is about doing something in real life. You know, in the digital age where everything is digital lately, this is one of those things that we want you to share this moment with your friends, your family, and have that cathartic, you know, last act of what got you, what scared you, what made you laugh, what grossed you out. Maybe you had a panic attack.
Yeah, I did.
Well, Tim Virgin, who has this deep, resonant radio voice, hit lots of high pitches as we were walking.
Oh
Yes,
my
he
God,
did.
man!
He
I
was
love it.
squeaking at some corners.
John, I have a question. Like,
Yes.
you do so good at this here, and you've built this here. People around the country are flying in to see it. People they're ranking you as the top in the country, probably in the world. Do you ever see yourself doing it in another location, not here in Chicago, like growing this brand? Because this is unbelievable.
Thank you.
I've never been to one anywhere in the country.
I think that's a great question. Is this something you can scale up and out?
You know, it's not something I'm interested in doing.
Got you.
For me, it was always about creating this place, this one place to make the magic. And it really is, I mean, yes, I have cool designs and I got cool props and storylines and all the weird stuff that comes out of my head all year. Great. But it doesn't become a show until all these actors show up.
Yeah.
It doesn't become this living, breathing, pulsating thing until the people get here. And for me, this is why I do it. You know, it's about playing make-believe with my friends. You know, we're out here having a great time, and I think that's part of its success is the sheer love that everyone behind the walls has for this show. That's not something that's easy to scale and just send out into the world. It really is like, when I talk about the shared experience for the audience, there's also this other shared experience happening that they don't see that's us.
Sure, I get that.
You know, that we get to do this together.
And you all have to like it because that translates to the visitors. I mean, that has to come through.
Absolutely. And there's companies out there that do chains around the country, and, you know, good for them. That's not what I'm interested in. Yeah.
All right,
John,
so Tim, sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you, but one more, quick, because I've known John, it's got to be, John, 15 years.
My God, I think the first time
Probably 20 since Zombie Prom.
you and I co-hosted Zombie Prom Chicago at the old Excalibur in 2008.
Oh, man.
Look at that, 15 years ago.
And like what he was just talking about and what you were just explaining, I have never seen someone bring together a family of these actors and these people that literally I see them on social media. Everybody, it's literally a family that he's created through all these years, and you can feel it when you walk through
community.
there. It's a community for sure that he's created all these years. I love it. I miss Zombie Prom.
So do I, man. Those
We
are
gotta
good
bring
days.
back Zombie Prom.
We were like, you and I were like drunk Frank Sinatra.
Yes, you're Frank Sinatra's.
On stage in our tuxedos.
Yes,
That's fantastic.
Amazing.
It was a good time.
Amazing. And to see you go even this far with this and doing movies and doing things, it's incredible. And you see every moment of your mind when you walk through this. Like you said, James, it's a cinematic,
It is.
immersive experience.
It really is. Tim, we walked through so much tonight.
I know.
What stood out for you? And can you pick one thing?
Yes. Can I say? I don't want to ruin it, though.
You can't ruin it, baby, because
Okay.
here's the thing. A lot of people don't know this. I love sharing. I love sharing the secrets. I love bringing people behind the scenes. I have an entire reality show that follows us around.
Right.
Oh, yeah, tell people about that.
I share. If anyone wants to see what goes on behind these walls, we have a show called Days of the Living Dead. Check it out on YouTube or go to the website, daysoflivingdead.com. And every single year we have 8 new episodes that follows us from designing the show to the trade shows to the build season to me teaching all the acting classes. This year we had Doug Jones come out.
Oh my God!
I brought
Wow.
Doug Jones out to teach the kids because I'm into doing some really crazy shit.
Right.
And so I
love it.
I swung for the fences and brought Doug Jones out. He'll be in an episode later in October. You know, you
So
get
cool.
you get to see Doug Jones teach a class to the kids. Please don't worry about ruining any surprises. I love to share, Tim. So go ahead and share.
Okay, here's my favorite part. I mean, the scary moments are great, but it's every time that the floor moved. It was every
There were a
time the
couple of
walls
those.
weren't straight. It was every time the lights and the walls weren't matching. And it makes your mind, it boggles you. You know what I'm saying?
It's disorienting.
It's disorienting, well, however I was trying to say it. But the bottom line is, John was even walking behind me, and I said, I couldn't imagine a girl in heels walking through this. And John said,
Oh, I love watching that.
because
I was
it
like-
is crazy with this flat boots that I was wearing on. I couldn't imagine.
Heels and when people wear flip-flops.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
always like, what were you thinking?
What were you thinking? You literally are walking outside for 30, 40 minutes before
Yeah.
you get inside the mansion.
Yeah.
And we don't hide that. It's
Yeah.
in all of our ads.
Right, exactly.
You have to walk through the woods to find the mansion
Yep.
hidden in the woods. And these people are wearing stilettos or flippy floppies.
Yeah.
And I am just loving it. I mean, you got to find joy somewhere.
Yeah, you brought this on yourself.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, so there were those disorienting
about you?
moments
Go ahead.
with the floor that were really kind of jarring. I love, in a sick, sinister way, and I've seen variations of this at HellsGate before, that kind of child's room with the dolls, like the life-size creepy dolls. That's fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
That is horrific imagery.
What's fun, too, is it's right where everyone thinks the show is over.
Yes.
They have
Yes,
that little
exactly.
moment where like, oh my God, fresh air. I'm safe. And then they turn the corner and you always hear, oh God, no.
Yep.
No.
That's exactly what
I mean,
happened.
Tim, you literally said, I hate dolls and I hate clowns.
I know. I said,
And
I
I'm
hate
like-
dolls. I hate clowns. I hate dolls. I hate clowns.
In
And
my
I'm
mind,
walking-
I'm like, there are both dolls and clowns in here, Tim. You're going to have a hard time.
I was having a hard time.
The actors are great. Like, obviously,
They
you
are.
said
I
it.
love
You
those kids.
train them. There are classes, so everyone is kind of aligned and understands how to present this experience. Plenty of jump scares. They're funny. They're funny. They're scary, and their timing is fantastic. Like, they're in your way till they're not.
Yep.
Until they don't need to be.
Yep.
Or shouldn't be.
Well, we pride ourselves on exactly what you said in the intro here. We want our audience to feel like they are living inside an actual horror movie, that they are traveling through an actual movie. So we work real hard to make sure that you don't see the group in front of you.
Right.
You don't see the group behind you. It is all math, so it's not only are they getting trained in actor movement and character development and technique, but they're also all gears in the machine. And they are the gears that grind because they know how to split you up, how to move you around.
Yeah.
And I have a motto here, you cannot scare everybody, but you can entertain
That's it.
everyone. And that's what people are coming out for. At the end of it, we're all looking for entertainment. We're all looking for escape from the world for a moment. And so we want to bring you into this dark world, and we want to entertain you.
This is so much more fun than going to a movie.
It's so
yeah.
much more fun,
Yeah.
dude.
This is entertainment.
I mean, it was nonstop, though. Do you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was the characters. It was like, but the attention to detail and walking into rooms. And I said it afterwards to James. I'm like, you can go through that 35 times in a row and still find something, still see something you didn't see. I was looking up where James was even looking up at a point, and there was like
the greenhouse area.
The greenhouse area. But the catacomb, and then the insects were in the little box. John, I mean, literally,
I wanted
James
to talk
didn't
about the
even see
insects. Here's a peek into how fucked up you truly are.
Please. Oh, thank you so much. I'm blushing. Please go on.
In one of the waiting areas before we advanced to the next level, there were like terrariums filled with horrific creatures.
Yes.
Cockroaches. Giant cockroaches.
So beautiful.
Scorpions.
Yeah.
There was a Komodo dragon. There was...
Well, not a Komodo. That's an endangered species.
Oh, sorry. Like,
to
whatever.
anyone
I thought
listening
that
out there,
sorry.
there's no Komodo dragon.
Sorry.
There. Please do not send the feds.
I think I told him it was a Komodo.
You did.
Sorry, that was my bad.
There was a big lizard in there.
It's a huge dragon-looking thing.
Yeah.
And it was real.
Yeah.
It was a Kokomo dragon. It's from Indiana.
Yeah. I love it so much.
But I'm like, he really went to the length of acquiring cockroaches, disgusting cockroaches.
Yeah.
Just as like something that people would walk by and maybe not even notice. Like that's the detail. Like he's got these
It's unbelievable.
horrible, icky things.
Yes. I love it. The maggots on whatever those things were.
Oh,
They were
my little mealworms?
Yeah, mealworms.
Yeah, my little
I mean,
mealworms
they're just
in the
sitting
kitchen.
there, and you're standing there, and you don't really notice it until you notice it. And it's at the most perfect. It's built into it. So, like I said, the more times you go through, you're going to notice more
those
and more
fine-
stuff.
fine
It
point
is
details.
unbelievable, the details, John.
That's got to be fun.
Thank you.
That's part of the fun, right?
And it's part of the fun of designing too, because I design in 360. You know, there's nowhere you can look in this haunted house and feel like you're seeing beyond the illusion.
Yeah.
It is designed 360, so no matter where your head is moving, you're seeing something, which also helps a great deal with scaring people. Yeah. Because if I give you all this eye candy up above you and around you, then those actors know how to come into the dark zones, the shadows, to get to you.
Oh no, they did.
And James, you could definitely see a whole different show, because while following you, I was wondering, is that man really climbing through the bushes right now? You went through the greenhouse in a way no customer ever goes through the greenhouse. I mean, you skipped half of the room. You just climbed right through those trees. I'm like, oh, he is on the move. Look at him go. He's got high knees and everything.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't stopping. Even the actors are like, what happened there?
Well, it's very dark. There are some rooms where I wasn't as clear as to when I should turn.
But it was funny because I led for a little bit till James goes, let me lead.
Well, because you were complaining about it. You're like, why am I first?
I'm scared, James.
Like, how did I
What do you
end up
want me
first?
to do? I know I'm holding up the next group of people, but I needed to figure things out.
But here's the thing, going back to these actors and the timing, like, it doesn't matter if you're first or second. Like,
No.
they'll let one go by and then they'll nail the person behind.
Their timing is impeccable around tight corners.
Oh, yeah.
It is unbelievable. And it's the physical, whatever the one woman or the girl was doing, like crawling on the ground.
Oh, the
like a
contortionist.
I needed to stand there and watch that. I could have watched that all day long. It was so weird.
As we're walking by, Virgin says, they need to pay her more money.
I did. I absolutely said it to John. I go, she needs a raise.
And that's, what you guys are saying right now, like, that's the great thing about this job.
Yeah.
Is that I get to go through the show over and over again. I mean, I'm in costume, I'm in makeup, I'm also acting. But as the director and the designer, that's how I show control. You know, that's how I do my quality control, is following the audience through. And behind this mask, I mean, I'm just smiling. I'm just beaming, watching these kids come up with new things. Like, and every night, you know, we've got a motto here. Like, I don't like the kids to ever get, focused on another show, another haunted house. I always tell them, we don't have competition out there. They're all great.
Yeah.
The only competition we have is us yesterday.
I think
brilliant.
The goal is to be better today than we were yesterday, and that is always it's us. It's about us improving always, and to watch these kids from training day to, I mean, this is this is only the second weekend. and I'm looking at kids that are polished, like they've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
And it's only their, what are we, 1, 2, 3, 4? They've only had 4 shows. This is only their 5th
That's
show.
awesome.
So for me, that's my favorite part, is watching them grow and come up with these wicked moves. I mean, that girl crawling, like, even I was like, oh my God, how
was
do
she
your
doing
hips
that?
do that?
For those who are coming from the city or far north suburbs, it's really easy to get to. I mean, it's between I-55 and I-80 in Lockport. I mean, it's right there. It's a straight shot no matter which way you're coming. I mean, Tim, you got here from downtown. You were on the air and you just shot up 55 and you're basically here.
It was here. Easy.
So, I mean, it's simple enough to get to. I think a night like this, we're here on a Friday night. Thursday would probably be a great night to come.
I always tell everyone Thursdays are my favorite nights. We have very small audience groups, which means we get to put you in very small groups. You feel incredibly alone in there. There's very little wait. And I have just as many actors and scares on a Thursday as I do on a Saturday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Saturday is going to be bananas.
Saturday is always bananas. So we break the town out here. Saturday is always a big deal. They come from everywhere. I mean, everywhere. So, yeah, come on a Thursday if you can.
So here's what makes, we've talked about this before, and this is nothing new about HellsGate, but part of the experience starts the second you park your car. You park your car in this lot that looks like a prison yard, and then you're picked up by a school bus, which is demented in and of itself. You're picked up in a school bus, and that school bus takes you to HellsGate, but in order to get to HellsGate, it takes you down this long, very poorly lit, not lit at all, country road.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the experiential aspect of this happens the second you walk out of your car. And I love that. Like, you're in it from the very beginning.
Yep. And it's part of us really trying to push that this is an adventure. We want our audience to take this immersive, interactive experience, and they have to go through it. They cannot just watch it happen.
It's and you were saying when we were walking, because it's the minute you walk off the bus, it's in your face, and you hear the music, and you see the people gathering. And there's two different ways to get in. You do VIP, you can do regular. How does it work?
So we have general admission, VIP, which is about a third of the weight of general admission. Then we have instant entry, which means you step off, you walk straight onto the trail. You wait for nothing. And then we also have some other higher end tickets, which people love. We have something called the All Access Pass, which gets you right into the show. You get a free t-shirt. You also get a behind the scenes tour.
That's cool.
And a photo with your favorite character.
That's amazing.
And then we have the thing that we like to
Fluffy's
do
my
because
favorite.
somewhere inside of us, we're terrible people. And this is called the Hell Pass. And this is where you can punk one of your friends.
Oh, no.
You call us
No.
during the week.
What?
And you give us personal information about your friend.
No.
Yes. Your
Do
friend has
people actually buy this?
Oh my! Every night they're sold out. Your friend has no idea this is happening to them. They just think they're going to a haunted
no.
house.
Oh, no.
We have studied this person. We have their photos. We've gone through their social media. We know where they live. We know where they work. We know what their dog's name is.
this is amazing.
We know if they have relationship issues.
horrible. That's horrible.
We are fed by their friends, and when they come through, we strategically send people through to make sure every actor, and I have 150 trained actors out here. Now all the actors know your name. They all know your personal
no.
information.
No.
It is horrific for these poor bastards when they're halfway through the woods and everybody's calling their name and they know personal things about them, like especially where they live. Nothing worse than a monster coming up saying, "I'll see you later." And I really mean it. 1312 Mockingbird Lane. I'll be in the front bushes.
So much therapy needed after that
Oh
night.
my God. It is a soul crusher, these poor people. But, that's what we're here for. We're here for the fun.
That's amazing.
And so we do those hell passes all year long. We sell out every single night if you ever want to do that to one of your friends or family member.
If you're ever
We are
wondering
here for it.
where we're at as a society, they're sold out of the Hell Passes every
Yep,
night.
that's it.
This is where we're at in 2023. That says so much.
This is our ringleader right here.
Well, I appreciate the fact. I realize you walk through the haunt with us, and that's what you do. You're the owner. But I appreciate the fact that you took time out to talk as well. I mean, this is, like you said, night 4. I appreciate you taking your eye off the ball for a couple minutes to talk to
I
us.
love having you out here. I mean, I'm a big fan. I listen to you on the radio. Back in the Q101 days. I love that we're sitting in a car right now.
Isn't it great?
I got Van Alsdo, I got Tim Virgin in the back seat, and I'm hanging out in the parking lot of my haunted house. I mean, this is a blast for me.
It's unbelievable.
If you guys haven't noticed, I'm just like a giant kid.
Which is why I
keep
come
having
here.
fun. So
Yeah,
this is.
What did I say to you, John? The minute he ripped off his mask in the back, James and I were back with him, and I go, God, you look the same. You're so young. You're smiling all the time. And it's like he's the king of the haunt.
Well, no, I recognize John as our people. Like,
Yeah,
because
1,000%.
radio enabled us to be children for far longer than we
Yeah,
could.
yeah.
Rock music makes you young.
Keeps
Yes.
you young, baby.
1,000%.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So this is super fun. And again, HellsGate.com to buy tickets. I said it. I don't say this, insincerely. This is one of my favorite places to be.
1,000%.
I've been talking about this all week long. Like, I just need to get through my work week because on Friday night I get to go to HellsGate.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Unbelievable. It was an unbelievable experience. I'm coming in the next couple days again.
Tim really is. He's
Hell
got
yeah.
a
I'm
nice
telling you,
girlfriend.
you're going to see, they're going to know my name and address. 1,000%.
I think we
1,000%.
already know enough about you, Tim
Yeah,
Virgin.
don't worry about
There's
it.
nothing they can say that would scare you at this point.
Nothing.
There's so much out
You're
there.
right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tim, remember
Thank you,
1997?
James. Yeah. But thank you, James, for having me, too, and especially to be with John. It's amazing.
Well,
to be
it's
out here.
interesting. And what I was saying to Tim before you came to get us, John, like for doing something like HellsGate, I want to take a close friend of mine. Like, this isn't something I want to take with just an acquaintance. I do a lot of podcasts with strangers, which is perfectly fine, and that's what I do. But I wanted this to be a night I could share with someone.
The shared experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you
Yeah.
guys. It was an amazing night.
Cool. Keep up all that you're doing. I love it
Thank
here.
you so much. Thank you.
Again, HellsGate.com. Tim Virgin, anything we could talk about radio-wise, afternoons?
94.7 WLS. That's it. If you love Prince,
I do love
I'm your
Prince.
guy.
Who doesn't love Prince?
I mean, come on. Let's go, baby. I'm in.
Dude,
I love it.
Play me some Erotic City.
Yes, done. Only you.
Dude.